Hello everyone, and welcome to Geology 171, Environmental Geology. I'm Damon Bassett, and I will be your instructor for the entirety of the semester. A little bit about class organization. Everything that you need to get started is under the Welcome to Geology 171 Environmental Geology tab on your Blackboard site. You should review the course policy statement in detail, and I've set up a course policy statement quiz that's worth extra credit if you take it, and the question should be pretty easy if you've gone over the course policy statement in advance. There is also a detailed course calendar with all the deadlines that you will receive over the series of the semester. It'll show you what topics we're going to be covering, and also let you know when each of those will come due. As far as my contact information is concerned, it's available on the link on Blackboard, and that has my email address. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I'll be returning emails within a 24-hour period during the course of the semester, unless I notify you otherwise during the work week. And Friday through Sunday, I'll have a 48-hour turnover time, although usually I'll get back to you quicker than that. I've also set up office hours that you can come by my office. Those are by appointment. So if you're here on campus or in the Springfield area and you need to come see me, then feel free to email and set up a time when you can come to my office and have a sit down. I do have a Skype account for the university, and you can find that by searching my email address on Skype, and that'll allow you to have an instant messaging type contact with me, and then also I can share my screen with you if that should become necessary. As far as technical help is concerned, for an online class, it's important to have your technical issues remedied relatively quickly. And I put links for the McGraw-Hill Connect site and the Blackboard site and any other computer services that you might need directly onto the tabs on the left-hand side of your screen in Blackboard. And those would be the best way to get help, technical help throughout the semester. You can contact me, but what I'll usually do is contact those individuals. And so that puts me in as a middleman who might not be as efficient as you contacting them directly. So if you do have a question that can't be resolved, then feel free to contact me and I'll do whatever I can to get help. Don't forget, technical issues are not an excuse for missed work. The summer schedule is a relatively rapid schedule. We cover everything in 8 weeks that we would cover in the 16-week course during a fall or spring semester. So you need to keep up with your work. We will cover 1 to 2 chapters every week, and that means that you will have a quiz and a homework assignment and then a single discussion board due each week, with the only exemptions from that being weeks where we have examinations. And in that case, you'll only have 1 chapter usually to do. Each of the homeworks that will be due for the week are assigned through the Learn Smart program connected to your McGraw-Hill Connect account. You will need to purchase the textbook, and that textbook will need to have a online code for logging into your Connect. And from then on, that's where your quizzes and your assignments will come through, although they're linked through Blackboard and you should always access them through Blackboard. Your Learn Smart assignment should be the very first thing that you do for your weekly tasks, and then once they're completed, that should leave you in a good place to take the quiz that is assigned for the week. The weekly quizzes are there to take once you feel comfortable with the material. Each quiz will be comprised of about 10 questions, and you'll have 15 minutes to complete the quiz. It means as soon as you log on and click on the quiz, that timer starts. If you were to log back off, the timer will continue to run, and once your 10 minutes is up, your quiz answers will be automatically submitted. So make sure that when you click the quiz and are ready to take it, that you actually are ready. So because the quizzes are designed to help you study for the 2 exams, I don't want them to punish you, so you have 2 attempts at them. The highest of your attempts, highest grade of your 2 attempts, will be the one that's entered into Blackboard and the score you'll have for the quiz. You also have discussion board topics each week. And this is important for an online class where it's more difficult to establish a classroom setting and to make the room feel less distant. So I've assigned discussion topics for each week, and you will need to submit your initial response by Thursday. So read the topic, reply to the topic. You won't be able to see anybody else's response until that response has been submitted, so don't let that worry you. It doesn't mean nobody else has responded yet. It just means that you can't see them. Once you submit your response, then everybody else's responses will pop up, and sometime before the deadline on Sunday at 11:59, you should submit at least 2 responses to other people's discussion forum topics. And those need to be meaningful responses. You can't just say, I agree with Mary. Well, that's very encouraging for Mary. It doesn't add much to the discussion. So you need to find 2 topics that interest you, minimum, and respond to those. If you would like to respond to more than 2, then that is highly encouraged. And the more individuals that you come into contact with online, the more value those discussion topics will actually have for us. If you have any question about how I'm going to grade those topics, I put a rubric, a grading rubric, on Blackboard under the tab Grading Rubrics, and you can go in and see the sort of simple format that I'll use to establish points. One of the main things that you need to know is that your initial topic needs to be in by Thursday, and then the final 2 need to be in by Sunday, and you can't put all 3 in on a single day. They need to be spread out so that you make sure that you see other individuals' topics throughout the week. There are 2 examinations in this course. There's a midterm and a final. They will each cover roughly the same amount of material, and each test will consist of 50 different questions worth 2 points apiece, and they will be multiple choice, and they'll be deployed through Blackboard. You will need to sit down and have the test proctored here on our testing center at Missouri State, or at another approved testing center in the location that you are currently residing. If you use an outside testing center, you need to know that there may be an associated fee. I don't want that to come as a surprise to you when it's time for the examination, so you should check and find an approved testing center. If you have any question about whether it will work, you should send me an email, and I will find out whether or not it's a testing center that will work, and if not, I'll try to find some other options for you. The exams will consist of questions from each of the different chapters. The questions will be worth 2 points apiece, and you'll have 50 minutes, just like you would in a sit-down class, to take the exam. The only difference is that there will be a 50-minute timer that starts once the exam begins, and then your test will be finished as soon as the 50 minutes is up. That means that whatever questions you have will be submitted at the end of the 50 minutes, and that anything that you've left blank will be counted as a 0. So that means that you need to be aware of time as you're taking the exam and make sure that you don't come anywhere near that time constraint. In my regular seated versions of this class, individuals usually finish the exam sometime within 20 to 40 minutes on a regular basis. If you think there will be any issue with that timing, please contact me and let me know. There's also a group project assigned for the end of the semester. This project will involve compiling a scientific poster to present on an energy resource. So you'll be assigned 2 other group members, and the 3 of you will work virtually together, meeting however you like, or if you're here on campus, you can get together and meet in person. You will need to research a type of energy, and then you are going to put together a poster similar to what a scientist would use for a professional presentation at a conference. And I will put resources on the Blackboard site that show posters that have been well done and that give you advice for how to do posters well and how to organize them. And then at the end of the semester, you'll submit that poster to be peer reviewed so that the other groups will review 2 posters, and your group will review 2 other additional posters and submit feedback. And then I will get the final copies of the posters and I will grade them. You will also need to submit a 2 to 3 minute, what is called an elevator talk. It's the speech that we recommend for everybody to have ready at a scientific meeting, so that when somebody walks up to your poster, you gain their interest. There are usually anywhere from tens to hundreds of posters in a room, and the scientists that are walking through have a choice of many posters. So what you want to do is have a little bit of a blurb that tells people what you did and encourages them to stop and ask questions and stay and talk with you. So you won't have the benefit of having those responses outside of the discussion board, but you will have to record either an audio clip or a video clip of the elevator talk that you would have used in an actual poster session. You also won't need to print out a physical copy of the poster. You will just submit to me either a PDF or a PowerPoint slide of the poster that you actually finish provide. So you guys will need to divide up each of those topics into a number of different tasks and divvy them out to each of the members in your group, and then you will complete the poster and turned in at the end of the semester. There's an additional calendar attached to the weekly calendar. It's on the second page of that handout that's on Blackboard, and it gives you a series of deadlines for the final group project. For this week, what you need to do is go onto Blackboard and fill out the survey. It says Final Project Topics Survey, and what you need to do is click on 3 choices for topics in energy that would be interesting to you. I'll use those and your introductions to try to piece together groups that will work well together. And once those groups are completed, I'll let you know who the other students are that are in your group, and you guys can work together and see what exactly you want to cover in that topic, because some of the topics are relatively broad. Initially, what you need to do this week, the very first thing that you should do, either before or after reviewing the syllabus, is finish the assessment quiz. This is a quiz that assesses your initial knowledge coming into this course. As a general education course at Missouri State University, we're required to assess the success that we have with meeting our student learning outcomes and our general education goals. And the way that we do that in this course is by handing out a quiz at the beginning of the semester that assesses what you know coming in. And then we will also take that quiz at the end of the semester, and you will see how much your knowledge has increased with respect to environmental geology. The initial quiz, the pre-quiz that you'll take before you cover any material in this class, is not worth any points. So if you miss all the questions and you get a 0 on the quiz, it will not hurt your grade. If you don't take it, then you can't take the end of the course assessment quiz, and that will be worth points and will make up a portion of your grade. So if you want to get credit for the post-course assessment quiz, then you need to take the pre-course assessment quiz. You shouldn't worry about how you're going to do on it, and you shouldn't worry if you don't know the questions. So just log in and complete the quiz, and that'll allow me to assess how much knowledge you pick up over the course of the semester. Hopefully you don't do worse at the end, although I have had students have that happen.